your trusted source for news in western Nebraska and eastern Wyoming. This is KNEB.TV News. Presented by Platte Valley Companies, premier provider of financial services.
Hello, I'm Ryan Murphy. This is KNEB.TV News, powered by Platte Valley Companies. Thanks for joining me. In our top story, a 10 to 20-year prison sentence was handed down this week to a Crawford man who was caught with child pornography on his phone. 32-year-old Tyrell Homreihausen pled no contest to 10 counts of possession of child pornography in November in Dawes County District Court. The investigation began after a Texas group called Predator Poachers made initial contact with Homreihausen after discovering some of his illicit postings online. Nebraska authorities seized his phone in May, and the Nebraska State Patrol Tech Crimes Unit discovered images of child pornography on the phone. During Tuesday's sentencing, Judge Travis O'Gorman sentenced Homreihausen to 1 to 2 years in prison on each of the 10 convictions, with each one to run consecutive to each other. In addition to the 10 to 20 years in prison, Homreihausen will also have to register as a sex offender. Well, the Lions police have arrested a man wanted on a nationwide extradition warrant for felony first-degree assault out of Westminster, Colorado. Authorities say officers received credible intelligence that the suspect was in alliance and began surveillance with the Wing Drug Task Force. Around 6:50 Thursday morning, officers conducted a traffic stop near 3rd Street and Laramie Avenue and identified the driver as 43-year-old Anthony Lee Smith. He was taken into custody without incident and was booked into the Box Butte County Jail pending extradition. Police say Smith was also found with methamphetamine and drug paraphernalia, and additional charges are pending. And 2 people have been hospitalized following a single rollover crash north of Mitchell. First responders were dispatched around 7:15 Thursday morning for the crash on Highway 29, about 20 miles north of town. The vehicle, a Nissan Murano, was traveling southbound on Highway 29 when the vehicle crossed the center line of the highway and entered the east ditch. The driver then overcorrected, crossed the road, and entered the west ditch before striking an embankment and rolling the vehicle. The passenger was ejected from the vehicle, and the driver was transported to Regional West by EMS ground personnel, while the passenger was flown to Airlink to Regional West Medical Center. Both are believed to have non-life-threatening injuries. NSP spokesman Cody Thomas says names, hometowns, and ages cannot be released at this time. We'll have more news right after this.
At Platte Valley Bank, we want to help you take advantage of every adventure. We know you have plans, goals, and dreams. Let us help you with them. Whether it is building, buying, or renovating, we have the home loan or home equity line of credit to fit your needs. Stop in and see us at Platte Valley Bank and let us help make your dreams a reality. You belong here. Platte Valley Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Welcome to Kelly's Liquor, your liquor cabinet. Whether you're a wine enthusiast, a whiskey sommelier, a tequila connoisseur, or you just love your beer, Kelly's has the best selection of what you're looking for. Family owned and operated since 1946 and right on 27th Street in Scottsbluff. Come see us today at Kelly's Liquor, your liquor cabinet. And remember to be a good neighbor. Don't drink and drive. Kelly's Liquor, West 27th Street in Scottsbluff.
When it comes to your health, you deserve the very best. At Morrill County Community Hospital, they provide top-notch care with compassion and expertise. From routine checkups to advanced surgeries, their dedicated team is here for you 24/7. With state-of-the-art technology and a patient-first approach, they ensure you and your loved ones receive the highest quality care. Because at Morrill County Community Hospital, your health is their priority. Visit Morrill County Community Hospital today in Bridgeport. Morrill County Community Hospital. Exceptional care right here at home.
Welcome back. Gering City leaders continue to grapple with details on an ordinance to limit or prohibit RV use as a residence in the city. City Council members on Monday gave 5-3 second-round approval on the measure that would prohibit RV and living quarters trailers use outside of designated RV or mobile home parks, but not without further discussion lasting nearly half an hour. Before the vote, Councilmember Michael Gillen said he's absolutely supportive of the need to prevent living in RVs inside the city. However,
after sitting through the public safety meeting and hearing people, the about face that we went through after that, just that's what bothered me. I think that there would be another way of finding a compromise.
Councilwoman Susan Wiedemann said for now, the number of complaints received by the city points to the need to have something now that's enforceable.
It's not fair for us to put that on our officers to try to find out if someone's been in here 3 days or 5 days or 4 months or what's going on. So that's why the ordinance came that way. That's why the council voted that way on the 8th. And that's where we are at this point.
Councilman B.J. Kinsey said for someone needing or wanting temporary RV use, enforcement would be discretionary, similar to officers handing out written warnings.
It would still be illegal, but because an ordinance has to be a complaint, if you have a situation where you need to live for a week or two or have someone stay in a camper for a week or two on your property, this may not be ideal, but I would recommend contacting your neighbors and telling them the situation and discussing with them before you move in a camper on your property. And if they're all okay with it, I don't imagine anybody come knocking on your door.
City Administrator Pat Heath says 5 Nebraska cities allow such stays, 3 of which allow 14 days maximum per year with no other length limitation, and 2 other cities allowing 30 days a year with a maximum of 1 week at a time. The discussions made clear that the issue will likely be far from settled when the ordinance comes up for a final reading before the end of the month. Well, the Executive Board has issued a formal reprimand of Omaha Senator Michaela Cavanaugh for removing parts of an America 250 Celebration Capitol poster display in January. Her actions prompted Governor Jim Pillen to call for an investigation into possible criminal charges related to the incident, and had David City Senator Jared Storm to ask the Executive Board to take action. In a letter signed unanimously by the Executive Board and read into the legislature's official record, the committee called Cavanaugh's actions unbecoming of a member of the Nebraska legislature. Cavanaugh apologized shortly after her actions, and again on the floor of the legislature this week, saying it was not a small thing and should concern every lawmaker when disagreements with the state capitol escalate to that level.
Fly United Airlines, operated by SkyWest with Western Nebraska Regional Airport. United is dedicated to going the extra mile for you with daily flights to and from Denver, along with a commitment to excellent service. Reserve your flight today, and remember, United miles can be earned and redeemed with your flights. While at the airport, stop and enjoy authentic Italian food at Roma Italian Restaurant. Plus, Hertz Thrifty Car Rental is there for your car rental needs. Make life easier, relax, and get on board with Western Nebraska Regional Airport.
I imagined retirement in a place where we could enjoy our golden years, where adventure and friendship are the only items on the schedule. The Garden Homes at Northfield gives us the luxury we planned for and peace of mind when it comes to convenience, safety, and comfort. We never have to stop and think about the day-to-day upkeep. We love to explore abroad, but most importantly in our backyard. So much to do, so much to see. Here at Northfield, we get the protection of life care, incredible tax benefits, and secured rates for aging services. It's peaceful, knowing that if our needs change, we'll be taken care of. And most importantly, that our kids will never have to make any tough decisions. There never seemed to be enough time to do all the things we wanted. Now we get to focus our energy on enjoying what this community has to offer. At the Garden Homes, life is ours again. A place we had dreamed about. A chance to focus on us.
From the Rural Radio Network Market Desk, I'm Lacey Shippey with the Rural Radio Network. And to talk about grain and livestock trade today, I'm joined by Mike Zuzolo with Global Commodity Analytics. And Mike, I definitely want to talk about what's gotten into our grain market here today. We're seeing quite a rally with soybeans and the product market, bringing wheat and corn up as well. Tell me a little bit about what's driving our market up here today.
Well, it's pretty hard to square the circle, Lacey, of fresh 2026 highs in lead month soybeans of 1141.5 here during the mid-session trade, with the weekly export sales showing a marketing year low. And versus the 4-week average, those sales were down about 80%. So you've got a situation, I think, where the market is really starting to try to put into the price as much as possible expectations of increasing demand. And they've been doing this essentially since a week and a half ago, as you say, led by the product markets in many cases when we see these types of percentage gains and these big runs up in the market. Now, the question will be, as we get to next week's Agricultural Outlook Forum after a 3-day weekend, will we see bigger soybean acres for 2026? Will we see the big biofuel demand, the crush for soybeans, really kick up in these baseline projections in USDA's Washington meeting that it does every mid to late February? So something more we can dig on, I think, in the channel Final Bell.
And we're seeing the cattle complex pull back a little bit here today after yesterday's big run up. Tell me a little bit, are we just waiting on cash trade to happen and kind of easing back from that rally yesterday?
Yeah, the cash trade's underneath us, I think, right now as far as price support. But what we do have is another situation where the feeders just don't want to play along. Hogs don't want to play along with new 2026 highs in the fats here early in the session as well. That's something else to be really careful to be watching, because the corn market's probably playing a role in that, as are some of the fund expectations, and we can dig more into that as well.
Well, thank you, Mike. That is Mike Zuzolo with Global Commodity Analytics with a look at your grain and livestock trade. I'm Lacey Shippey for the Rural Radio Network.
Show your home some love with an upgrade to Acclaim replacement windows and an ensemble entry door. Get 20% off windows and doors with no money down, no interest, and no payments for 12 months. Plus, get an extra 5% off the entire project if purchased on initial consultation. Energy efficient, durable, and custom made for the perfect fit. It's time to show your home some love. Call today or visit rbawyoming.com to book your free estimate.
Let's take a peek at your weekend community calendar, brought to you by Riverstone Bank. The community calendar is brought to you by Riverstone Bank. We're local and we love our community.
You deserve to have a building that will last for generations. With more than 110 years of experience and thousands of satisfied customers, Morton Buildings is the industry leader you can trust. If you're planning for a garage, farm shop, horse barn, storage building for your RV, boat, or collectibles, there's no better time to buy. Contact your local Morton sales office or visit mortonbuildings.com to get started today.
At Platte Valley Bank, we want to help you take advantage of every adventure. We know you have plans, goals, and dreams. Let us help you with them. Whether it is building, buying, or renovating, we have the home loan or home equity line of credit to fit your needs. Stop in and see us at Platte Valley Bank and let us help make your dreams a reality. You belong here. Platte Valley Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
And finally tonight, several dozen locals attended the Nebraskans for Medical Marijuana statewide town hall tour that kicked off in Scottsbluff on Wednesday evening. Krista Eggers, the group's executive director, shared a presentation entitled Medical Cannabis in Nebraska, an update on where we've been and what's ahead. She recounted the group's early endeavors of trying to bring medical marijuana to Nebraska, including battles in the legislature and stalled ballot initiatives. In December, the governor enacted Nebraska's medical cannabis law, but Eggers says there are still obstacles.
What is in law today allows anyone in this room, if you have a written recommendation from a healthcare practitioner, whether it's in Nebraska, which there are no doctors we're aware of doing that, or an out-of-state doctor, you can possess 5 ounces of cannabis in any form. The tough part is you can't get it here because there's nowhere to get it.
Attendees also voiced concerns that they've had their medical marijuana seized by police due to possible misunderstandings of what is and what is not allowable under state law. The town hall tour will continue until Monday as it wraps up in Lincoln, following stops in Scottsbluff, North Platte, Grand Island, and Aurora. Well, that is it for us this time. Thank you so much for tuning in. Happy Valentine's Day tomorrow to all you lovebirds out there. We'll see you back here at the desk here on Monday.